Everybody, happy Friday. Happy Friday. I hope you guys are out there ready to talk about Ready to Love tonight because this show continues. It continues to have drama. You guys know it's cuffing season. And we are right along there, right alongside on. Cuffing season means Ready to Love. And so tonight we're going to talk about, recap tonight's episode of Ready to Love. If you didn't get a chance to see the episode, it's fine because my co-host and I have some clips to share so that you can be caught up on everything that happened. Basically, the guys introduced the women to their exes. So before we get into tonight's show, I'm excited to have tonight's guest on with me because I have known her for a long time. You know how you have people on that you don't really know. Well, I have people, I guess, that I don't really know that well. But this is somebody I go way back with. And she is in DC, which means that she has the scoop on the culture there. See, I'm in Atlanta, so when Ready to Love was here in Atlanta, I definitely knew what was up. I knew a lot of the people, and I definitely could, give my input. But I don't really know DC like that. I got a couple of girlfriends that are there, but really, I needed somebody that knows the scoop on DC. So please help me welcome my girl, Opulence J.
What's
Hey,
going
girl.
on, peoples? What's popping? What's popping?
I love the frames. I love the
Thank you.
frame.
Hello, hustler. Hello, hustler. Yes.
Yes, adding a little flavor there. Well, first of all, like I said, we go way back,
Way, way back. Like we
way
were gonna
back,
discuss how far back.
right?
We
All
went
I
way
know,
back.
all I'm gonna say is that it's I'm surprised at how far back we go. Like I'm surprised where
It's
we
coming
are.
up.
It's
Yes.
coming up, and I don't even want to talk about it. But
We're not gonna go there. We're not
no,
gonna do that.
but you know what? I wanted you to come on because number one, you're in DC. And number two, I know that you're going to keep it 100% real. And my
I look,
audience,
you're not gonna have these people coming for me in these DC streets.
no, but you know what?
But yes, I
This
will
is
keep
what
it a
they're here
buck.
for.
I will
That's
keep
what
it a
they're
buck.
here for. We're here to
Oh,
talk about it. We want to talk about it.
yes, for sure, for sure.
So they already have started in the chat.
Have they? I haven't. I can't see anything yet. So
I will keep you posted.
okay, cool.
And you guys, please do. I love when you all chime in. I was talking to a friend on a Facebook, no, an Instagram friend earlier. I love when you guys chime in. I definitely try to get to all the comments if you have some. Now, before we jump into tonight, I had a chance to to interview Sean
Nice.
from who went home.
Yes.
What was your thought process on Sean? He came on, he gave a good interview, but what do you think overall about Sean?
You know what? He seemed okay. So everybody seems different than how they portray them, like how they cut the show.
Right,
It makes them look a certain type of way.
right.
And then when he did the interview with you, I was like, well, he's not that bad. You know what I'm saying? Like they cut him out to be a player, but they're not talking about Phil being a player, right? So, um,
Child Phil, I thought Phil was gonna bring everybody to the date today.
he's cute though. I
He
get
is
it. I get it. Let me tell you something. If I was a dude and I had my choice of all these beautiful ladies, do you, hun? Do you?
that's
And
true.
this is DC, so it's very scarce. You know, not I'm being nice, but
Okay,
scarce is the word I want to use.
okay.
Scarce.
Now,
But
I don't,
I liked
Sean.
I did like Sean. I did like him. Once I liked his interview with you. He seemed very transparent, very honest,
He
kind of guy.
did, but I'm a little, and I like the interview a lot. I definitely want to have him come back and talk about his book. However, I don't really know when he said I could pay a bill or two. I feel like he said what he said.
Okay, so I watched that yesterday, the where
Mhm.
I could pay a bill. Like I saw the interview first, right?
Right.
And then I saw I could pay a bill or two, and I was like, DC is expensive to live in. Okay,
Okay.
let's keep it a buck. It's expensive to live here. So when a man is saying, "Hey, I can only pay a bill or two," he might he may not live directly in this area. He might be on the outskirts, but yet nevertheless it's still expensive. And as a man, unfortunately, we are in these roles where they're responsible for them.
Right.
And I wouldn't want to get with a guy who didn't want to pay
Yeah, I mean,
regardless.
I guess the fact that he said that he was honest about it,
Yes, he was honest, very honest.
he was honest, and I
Yes.
appreciate the honesty. But yeah, so let's get in because the chat is going live, is going off. Everybody's Samuel says, "I'm glad to see it's gone." Let's get into that. Well, first of all,
Oh no, I like to see.
I was
Oh,
rooting for her, but I knew she
I
wasn't going to
was
last.
too. See the thing. I always root for the thick girl. I always do. I always do. I'm thick. I'm gonna always push it. But I understand what happened though. So we'll get to
Right.
it. We'll get to
Well,
it.
so let's talk about Camille and Cornelius. I don't have a clip for them because I just didn't think that date was extremely interesting. I liked his ex.
Yes.
Um, I think Camille knows how to say all the right things. Why does she keep offering up the fact that she's been engaged 3 times?
I guess she thought that would make her look. It's a certain zhuzh you would have, like a certain look you would have. Like I'm not out here dating all these men. I am having relationships, full
I'm out here
relationships, and getting
catching.
engaged. Instead of saying I date a lot of dudes. There's a
Yeah,
just, and if you're a Christian girl, you want these church girls, you want to have a certain view, you want to portray a view. And I'm not saying that she's not like that. She
right.
probably is. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is that's the portrayal. Is
Right.
that, I we're all,
I was just,
we're all trying to snag a dude. And my thing is it's best that you get someone in the same religion as you
I
and
agree.
that they follow those rules.
I agree. It's definitely religion is a big. We've seen that happen even last season. Religion and church and how people
Yes.
came up a lot. So, what do you think about Cornelius? Because I do like the fact that he seems very committed to his faith. That we don't. I'm gonna just say it. We don't often see men say that.
Never.
Like
Never.
it's always women going celibate. That's what
Yes.
we get enough of it. We like, I'm sick of this. You're not coming up in this no more. I'm done. But men,
Word.
very rarely do you hear a man say, I'm going to wait until I get married. What do you think about his conviction? And do you think most women would be okay with that?
I don't I don't think most women would be okay with that. In this day and age, things are changing. And if he can find a woman that's willing to do that, by all means. But in this day and age, no. You want to test drive a car? I mean, come on. You got to see if it revs. You got to see, if the transmission works.
That is true. And I'll say the older we get, women of a particular age, you got to make sure that it works. Now,
Listen.
I think I would be okay with that because I actually tried that. I didn't make it all the way, I'll be honest.
Okay.
I tried that before I got married, but I don't think that he would last because when he was talking to Courtney, he kept saying, maybe
Okay.
not all the way. He wants it to be respected, but he's not 100% committed to going all the way to marriage. But I think he just wants to make sure he has a person that's open to being religious the way he is.
You know what I wish that more men would do is not have sex at off top,
Yeah.
because once you have sex is already on the plate. It's on the plate. Everyone knows it's there. It's
Hmm.
like, how do you get to know that person beyond the bedroom?
Yeah.
And he's saying, I want to know you on the front end, and then maybe down the road before we
Right.
get married, let's try it out. But
But I think that women, like with a man, it could be a couple of things. You could not have adequate equipment, or the engine may not start, or the engine may give out early. But with
yes,
a woman, it's not as many issues as with a man. So I just feel like I appreciate a man that says, because it's at the end of the day, ours is not is the same as you guys know what I'm trying to say. Like it's not
yes.
it's
You
not like
want
a
to check
one
under
time
the hood and make sure the car's running. You don't want to get a limit. You know what I'm saying? You want to, You know what? You can buy a BMW that's on the floor, and it has no miles on it, and it's beautiful and it's pretty. But then if you drive it off the lot, you never test drove it. What do you know then? Then you're stuck.
Then you're stuck. Well, people are asking why didn't Cornelius and Mumi, why weren't they set up? I feel like Cornelius is afraid of Camille. And even on the last date with Zadia, I just thought that was very lame for him to say, well, I didn't want to get any trouble or get caught doing something I'm not supposed to do. That was weird to me that he would even
allow that to happen. But I feel like her name is
Camille
is very, what is the word?
Aggressive, jealous.
No, Courtney was aggressive. Courtney was aggressive. Let me tell you something. Let me say something about Courtney. If you watch a girl, I love you. You remind me at 30. I was Courtney at 30. I get it. I was her.
What's going on? Hello.
Yes. Like I want men. I like men on top of me. Yeah, I get it. That's how she was, and there's nothing wrong with that. I love that. I love that kind of woman too.
Right.
The thing is that I feel like we have really kind of men have this kind of Virgin Mary kind of connotation about women in their head, and what it is that they like women like Courtney. They like women like that instead of, and nothing's wrong with Camille. Camille is like she's the wife kind of thing.
Camille is just giving you.
There are women like Courtney that get married every day
to get to the ring. I think that's why his friend says she gives the right answers.
Yes.
I think that she is, because I feel like, every woman for the right man, turns it up, it's just got to be the right man. And Camille is not, she is not tricking me into thinking that she's not into what Courtney was into. It's just that she knows how to present it. And she's trying to get Cornelius, lock him down. Now I heard a rumor.
I don't like that.
You don't like?
I don't like for her to lock a dude down. Don't do that.
Yeah. Well,
you're there to learn. You're there to lock
down. He's. I don't like how he's like letting her control the situation. It's just it's giving me weird vibes.
And God bless Walter, because he was just like, no, she's not allowed to be voted off because of Cornelius. And I was like,
I like Walter. Walter is hilarious. Well, let's get into this first clip. Let's get into this first clip, because this is Tasia and Shiloh and Phil, who was dating. It seems like Phil has the entire cast. So let's talk about this first clip with.
Will I be able to see it?
Yes.
Okay.
This is this is awkward. This is good, but it's gonna be enjoyable.
I was looking forward to talking to her, but it was like Phil, Shiloh, and me, and then the ex was across from us. What should have happened was Shiloh should have been to his left, and I should have been to his right. It definitely wasn't indicative of how the relationship generally is, and I did not like that.
So I guess we can start off with.
So Tasia was upset about and everybody else's date was the same way.
Yes, it was, and I felt for her, because if you're not expecting it and you're just expecting one person and the ex, and then the other lady shows up, Shiloh shows up, it's like I feel like I would have felt off put by that.
Yeah. Well, she kept on. She just never really was able to get comfortable, though. She never calmed down in the whole thing. Shiloh was calm, but to me, Shiloh, it says that she's an intimacy coach. I don't know what that means.
I don't know.
But she really does thrive. Whenever it's her and another woman, she's confident.
She chills.
She goes.
But it's about what's here. What's her name? Lamine is like that.
Mumi is like that.
Mumi, is that her name? Everybody was saying her name different ways. Mumi is the same way. She's very she's centered and knows who she is.
Right.
And when you know who you are, don't sweat these hoes. Just let these hoes. Just let them go. Just let them. You
I
know,
like that.
she
She
was like,
said,
he know where home is. Oh no, Sabrina said he know where home is. Like that's Sabrina's like that too, where she's very secure
she
in life.
is. Yeah, like I'm gonna let you go do what you're doing because I know who I am.
Yes.
So that date continued to get horrible.
It
continued to go
did.
back.
It was so awkward. Ugh.
I got one more clip from that date, and then I want
So
everybody to
awkward.
chime in on their thoughts of the ex as well, because I think your ex says a lot about you. To me, when you say ex, it says a lot about that person.
But it's
All the
short.
affection I needed. Like, yeah. I was like, wow, is this what y'all really doing? Trying to cut me off and overtalk me, I definitely felt some type of way.
They're beautiful ladies. You're talking about all these great things. So what's a bad trait? Like, what would somebody say about you that might be a negative trait to deal
I
with?
could be a little like uptight and maybe like not go with the flow as much. Like I'm a Taurus, I'm an earth sign.
I'm an earth sign
meal
as well.
prep. I'm more of a like calculated, strategic person.
Got you. That's it.
Yeah, and it got even worse because she said after that she was like, I don't feel comfortable telling you how I feel. I'm not trying to be best friends with. Like she was off. To see it was.
It
off.
was just. It's like, you know what? You never let them see you sweat.
Right.
Even if it's bothering you. And I hate that we are dating like this now. That we can't, show emotion, like what our vulnerability at the time.
Right.
Because she could have been like, you know what? I'm not really feeling this. It was great. Like how Sabrina kind of was like,
Yeah.
I'm out.
Right. Yeah.
We'll get to that. But yeah, I felt uncomfortable for her.
Yeah.
And especially if that's not how you flow.
Yeah.
You don't flow well with, all these women and this dude.
Yeah. I wouldn't want to go on a date with. I mean, that is a lot with the person.
I wouldn't want to go on a date with my boyfriend's ex. I don't want to know. That's the past.
Yeah.
You've moved on, but they do know the bad stuff. But the thing is, what they do to the ex may not be what they do to you.
True. If he's matured, and we don't really know with some of these guys, I don't really believe that was their ex. I don't believe that.
I don't think that was Walter's ex. I think that was his home girl. Like somebody that knows him.
Right.
Know him.
Ain't
and
no way.
He trusts her judgment though.
Right.
I don't think that was his girlfriend.
No chemistry, not believing at all. I do think that was Phil. Phil obviously has no problem getting women and has a lot.
None whatsoever. None.
And you can tell he's used to it because he knows how to he was like, this is awkward, but it's going to be good. He's kind of like knows how to turn it down to where he's not in the middle of like, kind of like detonate the bomb. Like, let me just,
He's a negotiator. Negotiator. And he works in DC nightlife. So if he works in DC nightlife, you have to be diplomatic is the word I want to use. Mm-hmm. You have to learn to be diplomatic and kind of sit back and listen. So I see Phil, and he's kind of making his decision based on what he hears, what he sees. Mm-hmm. I don't think he's going to even listen to his ex. You let me tell it. Because she said they were both great for him. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But he let Tasia go.
I don't think he really was into Tasia like that. And no. I think I do root for the thick chick also. A lot of times I root for the underdog. And I know a lot of times on this show, if you
I thought Camille was going home, actually, to be honest with you.
Well, Camille did enough stuff to make herself go home. But she got
going home with Cornelius, though. You best believe.
And even if Lord get him on the show, even if she don't win with him, she's definitely gonna grab him afterwards. She's not gonna let go. I'm not mad at her, but it's overwhelming. But Tasia, I liked her, but I don't think Tasia was really for this show. Several times she got really personal. She took stuff really personal, and she would speak out about it. But like you said, being vulnerable, you can't really be vulnerable. But on this show, you gotta have your game face on, and I don't think she really had her game face on.
Yeah, and I hope I feel like after this show, she will find someone.
Yeah, I think
because I'm sure there were plenty of dudes like, these women are here.
Yeah,
let me holler.
Right.
So I feel like I wish her well. I hate that she got voted
Yeah.
out. But I understand, like I just the way, and also the way that they cut it. The way they made her look like she was kind of awkward. But I feel like she's very secure. She
Yeah.
knows who she is.
Yeah. She's
It's
very
like,
beautiful
can
girl.
someone match her energy? That's
Hmm. Yeah,
for sure.
I agree. Okay, so let's talk about Frank and Leah and who was that? He had Mumi
Yeah, who did
and
he have?
Sydney. So
Sydney, uh-huh.
that, and this is open race. Everyone can date who they want it, but I think this is the
Of
first time
course.
we have seen a non-black ex on Ready to Love, which was
Yes.
interesting.
Yes, it is.
Interesting. And I think it says something about the person, not good or bad. It just lets you know kind of what they're into. So when we saw Frank's ex Leah, and then I felt like Mumi and Frank, I'm very confused about why she's entertaining him. They don't seem to have any type of chemistry. It don't
No.
seem to go together at all. Like I don't understand. I don't understand that. I think Frank, I wasn't surprised by Frank's ex either, but I think
Me
Frank
either.
and Sydney are perfect. Like same type of energy. It's
Right.
not too deep. It's nightlife. It's fun. It's not really like Mumi is looking for something else.
Yes. She's looking to be married and all. But the ex said something very important. I wrote it down. She said, you have two different women in front of you. You have the woman you want or the woman you need.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I feel like this is the whole point of the show, is that what do you want versus what you need?
Yeah.
And he wants to settle down, but to me, Sydney, I feel like they have the best chemistry together
Mhm,
for
mhm,
sure.
mhm.
Like spot on, but Sydney ain't trying to get locked down too soon,
Oh
honey.
no, she having
She's
fun.
a Sag. I'm a Sag girl. We Sag girls,
She
honey,
having a good
we
time.
like to be out in the field playing. But yeah, but we have our main squeeze and we fun with it, but then we get bored and then we move to the next.
I can see that
So,
with her. Yeah.
but I like Sydney for Frank. I do.
Yeah.
I
I
do. I
don't
like
think
how they interact.
I like because when she got up and was like dabbing his face and all
That
that.
was cute.
Yeah,
I
I was
like that, Sydney. Girl, work it, girl. She came in there to disrupt. She
she
just came
did.
in there with her two-piece and disrupted everybody.
Did.
I
She
love
did.
it.
Even her dress tonight, when he saw her walking up, he was like, oh, like she
Honey, she was ready. You better get ready. Frank, get them pockets ready. Get them ready. She's expensive. That's an expensive girl. Get ready. Get ready. Get your pockets ready, sir.
it's your gather your coins, sir. Gather your coins.
Gather them now. Save them. She looks expensive.
She
So
does.
we all are expensive, but she's expensive.
Oh
Okay,
yeah,
get it together, sir.
and see, Mumi is just more, and that's what his friend said. She's like down to earth, looking for a real connection. Sydney is
Yes.
here for the lights, for the action.
Yeah, I like her for Naim actually.
Who, Sydney?
No, not Sydney.
Mumi.
Mumi.
Really? See,
I don't know why they did that. I don't know why they didn't link up.
uh-uh.
I don't know why they didn't, but they both seem like, I don't know. I see that for them. I don't know why, but
Yeah.
who
See,
knows?
I like Zadia and Naim. I really like Naim a lot.
I like Naim. Naim needs to make up his mind though.
Naim is the type that is almost like, you guys remember AJ from last season, or was AJ
Which
was
one?
the kind of guy that was always like very attractive. Women liked him, but he knows how to. He never really commits. He's not
Yes.
really open to being
He's got a
vulnerable.
wall up.
I
He's
feel
got a
like
wall. And
Naim,
so does Zadia though. She has a wall up too.
she does. That's why I like them together, because I think they look good together, and they both not really ready for like they both not
They're
ready
both
for.
like those three to me are interchangeable. They're all really cute together. When I've seen them like together, I'm like, oh, they're so cute.
Yeah.
But Zadia was not ready for that 3-parter either. But
Zadia was not ready. But let's go to so this is, and people have been chiming in about this in the comments.
Okay.
We said earlier, I don't believe that was Walter's ex. And the nails were distracting. I could not focus on the conversation. Here's a clip from Walter, his ex, and Sabrina, and then eventually Mumi.
And when I first walked up, I'm thinking I'm, about to go see my boo. And it was, my boo and his ex-boo. So I was like, hey, sis, what's up, girl? You know what I'm saying?
Wanted Denise to meet you. We go way back.
But my first impression of her, I thought that she has style. She had these really long fingernails. And I'm here for it.
Definitely you're his type physically, you know, and sophisticatedly.
Yeah.
So it's just getting to that next level of see-through. So I think it's just important to, as you're getting to know Walter, to know that he definitely likes a challenge.
Well, I'm definitely a challenge.
So are you just like, are you a little crazy? Do you have a little crazy to you?
I'm too classy and fabulous to be crazy.
Hey.
I didn't like that answer. I'm too classy and fabulous to be crazy.
Oh. Now look, I live here, okay? So let me tell you, I'm gonna preface by saying y'all don't come looking for me in these streets, okay? Don't come looking for me.
Don't come looking for opulence.
Don't. Look, I love all of y'all. I want everybody to find love.
Right.
I find love in the weirdest places. So listen. So when she said I'm too classy and fabulous, I was like,
girl.
But guess what? But see, she is older. She
does seem older.
Like, and I don't mean in a bad way. I mean she's mature. Yeah. Like she's like, I don't play these games. I'm not crazy. I'm not blah blah blah. I don't do that. I don't play. That's what I read into it, and I was just like, oh. But I don't like the fact that the lady with the nails was trying to call her crazy. I was like, you the one with these big bumper nails.
You the one with the whole finger extended. And I just don't believe, I said it.
Unless she do nails.
Even if she did nails, she wasn't going to be able to eat. She wasn't going to be able to eat or drink or nothing with them nails. I couldn't even watch this thing. And she did say sophisticatedly. I'm a little concerned about that term. I don't know if that's not in the dictionary.
Not a word.
That's not a word.
That's not last time I checked.
That's and she said it's and she also said you're his type physically, which let me know she's not, because she's the opposite of Sabrina.
Correct.
As is Mumi. So I was like, that's weird.
Yeah, but you know what? You don't know what his type is then, because maybe he's looking beyond this. He's looking here. Okay, I was bullshit. Okay, so I don't think, what's her name? I want to be respectful. Denise. That was the lady with the nails. Denise, I don't think that was an ex-girlfriend.
No.
I don't think that.
Walter, we don't believe you.
Walter can't bring an ex on the TV show without her snitching on him. That's what I think. Let me tell you something. With these bald heads and these beards, they all look good and stuff. You know, they have done they had a party here in DC called, like where men got in free because they had a beard.
Right.
And women would have to pay to go to these parties. You can't tell me he wasn't one of the stars.
Oh, wow.
Him, Dante, Frank, all of them. Everybody's bearded. Naim, he might have went, maybe. He seems very reserved. He don't seem like a guy that would go out.
But he seemed like he's still deadly because he good looking and girls.
He's quiet.
He's quiet. I don't trust it. I still
don't like his ex though. His ex don't like him. Ooh, his ex don't like
that. I didn't pick that up. Let me see what you're talking about. Hold on, we got.
She was does she have a fat ass? Okay, well that's why.
I thought, you know what I thought? I thought the opposite.
Well, that's why you like her, because she got a fat ass. And I was
thought
like,
the ex still likes him.
No, the one that I think the ex still likes him is Dante.
I thought that too. I thought Dante's ex.
She was like, he changed since he been to DC. Well, you know, I might give him another shot. And I was like,
yeah, I think they look cute together. I think he should give her another chance.
She's pretty.
Yeah, they look cute together. I don't like Dante in anybody. I definitely don't like him and Shiloh. I don't like him and Zadia. I think, and I'm not gonna like him and Aisha next week either.
And me either. And my thing is, to be honest, Shiloh should have been with Tyrone, because I feel like Shiloh and Tyrone really had a connection, and she was legit like crying when she had to tell him he had to go home. And because she's an intimacy coach, I feel like they kind of was vibing, and he was vulnerable in front of her and all that. So hopefully, I don't know where Shiloh's going to end up, but I feel like her and Tyrone, like, I was surprised he got voted off, because I was like,
well,
he rid of these cybersecurity dudes. Y'all need to stop this. Stop the madness. Stop it. Do y'all know? I didn't like when Camille asked Naim how much he made.
She did. Camille has no tact when it comes to finding out about the finances.
Ladies,
and Sonny says,
do not ask these DC men how much they make. Do not ask where they work. Do not. Let me tell you something. The guy I'm dating currently, I did not ask him any of those things. I didn't ask him where he worked, but I did find out what his first and last name was.
Right.
In the wrong way. But in a whatever. It's whatever it is.
Right.
But don't ask where he works and how much money he makes. That's rude. That's just
rude.
Etiquette. If the man showed up bathed in a car with some decent clothes on and a watch and nice shoes,
and paid for your date,
just go with that. Trust me, we're detectives. We'll find out everything.
You'll find it. I agree.
Listen, I'll lend my services. I'll lend out my services if you want me to find out.
But you know what? I thought that was just me, because I'm like, you can find, first of all, what you ask, you may not. It's rude, because if somebody asked me how much money I made, I would be thrown off. Or if somebody asked me how much I weigh, or I would be thrown off. So why do we think it's okay to do it to men? And
Correct.
you'll be able to tell anyway. Like, all you got to do is watch. And there's a part of being feminine that I think we've lost. Like, you can just sit back and watch and see what he's going to do, and you'll know everything that you need to know. That's why a lot of women realize that Sean might not have been as financially affluent. Yes. Because it's like, it's all in the way a person moves. But I didn't like her coming off and asking him about how much do you have in your savings? Like, that's really none of your business on a first date.
On any date. Yeah. And when you are engaged, then if you see red flags, you see red flags up until that point. But if you're engaged, then you deal with finances.
Well, I think when a man is serious about you, he'll tell you. And if he ain't mentioned it, he probably ain't serious, and you probably need to move on. If you get to dating for a certain amount of time and he's not mentioned, he's not sharing with you who he is and all that, then chances are he's not really serious. But asking him and taking, it's almost like she was taking notes. How much is in your 401k? And when Cornelia said he didn't have any debt, her eyes lit up like, this is the one. And that's not.
Just because he doesn't have any debt doesn't mean he is the man for you. And you are not going to drive up his debt. Right. He got to know debt for a reason. Right. And it is not for you to fuck it up. Can we cuss?
Yes, we can.
What? It is not for you to fuck it up, man.
Right.
The fuck? Right. And the other half of it is, in DC, it is a well-known thing that people ask you off top. They don't even ask your name. They ask you what you do so they can decide how they're going to treat you.
Yeah.
Period. And I've lived here for 5 years. I am not from here. I know I am not a native. Yes, we are from the Midwest or Southwest. But off top, people ask me all the time, what do you do? Oh, what do you do? And then they decide how they're going to treat you.
And that's not the type of person that you want, to me. And I that's why it's so strange with Cornelius, because he seems like he has really a good foundation. So for him to be okay with that energy is strange. But he also is kind of a passive guy.
Yes,
so
he is. And he may need a woman like Camille because he is passive.
He's very passive. Very passive. Well, let's check out this, because I thought First of all, I thought that Naim's ex and Zadia kind of looked alike, which made me think,
My friend texted me. He was like, "It's the same kind of looking woman."
yeah. But I
He
think
said
a lot
that
of
too.
times men say they don't have a type, but they usually do. And if you go and his ex looks, all his exes look completely different from you, I'd be a little concerned. So the
Yes.
fact that his ex looked like Zadia, I was like, this is a good sign.
Yeah, it
That
is.
she's his type, but
Yeah.
I do think the ex still likes him though,
Yes.
because
But
she was
it was a little
dramatic.
tension. It was a tension, and I don't know. I couldn't tell if it was sexual tension or if it was like
Jealousy.
I can't stand your ass. I can't believe you brought this chick in front of me and you know we still hooking
Nah,
up or something.
I don't think it was that. I think it was I ain't really 100%. And this is a TV show. They could still be messing around. Who
For
knows?
all we know, let me tell you something. You could have a woman in Ward 1 and then one in Ward 5, and no one will be no
None the
one would know.
wiser. Yeah.
None the wiser.
Let's check out this clip with Naim and Zadia. Like I said, I like Zadia and Naim together because I think
I like Zadia, period. Like I like her. I hope she finds someone
yeah,
because she's really like a good package. You know what I
she
mean?
is. She's a very pretty
She's
girl.
like she seems like a good person. Yeah.
She is. She's a little defensive, but we'll
Mine is quality time. Physical touching gets kind of
physical
switched back.
touch is not on his list like that. He doesn't like to cuddle.
I mean, I'm just saying.
False.
You just didn't like to cuddle with me.
I didn't say that.
Oh, wait a minute.
It's all good.
Whoa. She tells me that Nye doesn't like to cuddle. Possible red flag. But in any situation where you're meeting someone's ex, you want to know all these things because that can change the trajectory of your relationship. But have you ever known him to be in like a serious relationship?
No,
What do you think is like holding him back from that?
there are certain things that he wants and needs, and I think that once he realizes that there's maybe a deal breaker, he's just particular. And
Sounds picky.
there is a certain level of guardedness
You're right.
that I think you kind of have up.
Well, let's have a toast to bringing down the guardedness.
Yeah, because I never would have thought or imagined
Are
you'd
you
be
gonna
in this situation.
let down the gate so I can come in?
It's up.
they look like sisters.
They do. They look like they're now that I watch it again, they do.
They look alike. Yeah.
Naim is good looking.
Mm-hmm. Yes. 2
He
thumbs
good
up.
let me tell you something. That's a good looking brother. Okay. The way he's rocking his little African stuff,
Yeah.
I'm with it. I'm with you, bruh. You need to drop some names because wherever he shops,
You need to
thumbs
find
up.
that out. We'll ask him when we have him. He probably is gonna make it to the end though, because he's been playing his cards right. I do think the ex, I agree with Courtney, the ex was low-key hating because for her to say, well, you just didn't like to do it with me, that was kind of inappropriate for the whole
Yeah.
girl.
Yeah. Oh, you just didn't want to cuddle with me. Girl, this is not about you right now, sis. It's about him. But the thing is that he may have chose the wrong ex to bring on.
Obviously.
Let me tell you something. I don't know what ex I could bring on the show without them shitting all over me. I don't know. They'd be like, this bitch is crazy. Run now. I don't know what they would say. I don't know what they would say. They'd be like, this bitch is needy. She's like this, and this. Like, she's loud.
That's true.
And
but I don't.
The cringe for me though was she's like, can I, can you let down the gate? Can I come in? And he really didn't answer that.
He said a toast, but that could have been him deflecting.
That's deflecting. Yeah. So he was kind of like, I don't know. He's still kind of like, I don't know you.
Yeah.
He treats everybody like that though.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's what was obvious with the ex, because it's obvious that his guard is the reason that they're not together and that she's not okay with that. She's like, he doesn't like to cuddle. Now, we all know that how a man is with one woman, he may not be like that with the next woman because she may bring something different out of him. But if he's not ready, he's just not ready.
He's just not ready. And this is about you finding love in DC. It's very hard to date here. And it's very rare that you would run into a woman that has just everything together. So what's your hesitation, bruh? What's your hesitation? Her waist snatched. She's a physical trainer. That's what you want. Snatch, pulled. What else do you want?
What do you think about the fact that because when she went on the date with Dante and Shiloh, so Dante's ex, who we think that he should be with now, Dante's ex kept saying that Zadia was pointing out the negative and asking the questions looking towards negative while Shiloh was focused on the positive. What did you think about that difference? Because Zadia did seem to be kind of, it seemed like, I mean, she's been hurt probably like all of us and is trying to figure out how to keep from being hurt. And the thing about it,
you can't avoid it.
You can't avoid it. I hate it, but you can't avoid it.
I hate that part of love. It's like, it's like, if you go ahead and put all your eggs in one basket, you end up like Tyrone and you get kicked off the show. Camille and Cornelius, they about to be off the show because they're not picking anyone else.
They should be double eliminated.
They should.
They should.
And skip into the sunset. Yeah, because that's obviously who that's what they want.
Yeah.
Right? That's what they want. With Zadia, I don't know. Zadia, now that I saw the Zadia and Naim thing again, I really hope he makes a decision about her because they were talking about narrowing things down. And I feel like that's what Zadia was doing. That's why she was asking all of the questions because she was like, okay, what about this? What about this? What about this? So
that's true. Her way of everybody's way of processing is different.
Yes.
People are saying that Dante did not bring one of them 3 baby mamas. No, he didn't. And I bet that he gonna end up. I just think that ex that he brought, that's somebody that he still wants to continue with because they're
kudos to ladies who can date a man with three baby mamas.
I am not that woman.
But that's not my ministry.
That is not my ministry.
And I speaking from a woman who has a child.
Right.
That's not my ministry.
I just don't like multiple. And my husband now has 2. Well, there was an ex-wife and a baby mama, but the kids are grown, so I don't have to interact. There's no drama. I can't.
Exactly.
I'm not really into at this point in my life doing you got a baby mama that don't like you to have somebody. That's too much. It's unnecessary.
Okay, so my rule, like our classmate Tasha, she gave me a rule of thumb.
Okay.
If the baby is under 5, don't date him.
First of all, if the baby's under 5, he probably still hitting because that
exactly.
You got a child that young, y'all. You go pick up the baby. Y'all have because I know how I would have been. I didn't get divorced until my kids were a little older. But I'll tell you right now, and y'all can get mad at me, but if at the point that I have a 3-year-old or a 2-year-old and he comes over and I still love him, I'm still probably gonna mess around with. That's just because
it's still gonna hit.
I was still hit. Yeah, I still love him. I can't. I was here first. I got a whole baby.
Yes.
That's a whole connection. Children are a connection that it takes a long time for that bond to break, especially if you guys were together when you had the baby.
Exactly.
That's hard.
I was married when I had my daughter, and it's just a hard thing I was with him for 10 years. So if you're with somebody that long and then you have a child, like it's really hard to navigate. And we don't know how I would have liked to see at least one baby mama to see how he navigates the relationship because it's important.
Well, I think I am assuming just because of how his body language is when he talks about it. If you've noticed in some of his confessionals, even when he brings up the fact that he has 3 children by 3 different mothers, he says it in a way that it's been challenging. So there's no way. Plus, 3
of course it is.
Yeah, 3 is an odd number. Ain't no way all 3 are cool. No way.
But also, side note, with somebody with 3 baby mamas, that dick is vicious, honey. It's vicious, honey. Run, honey. No, I'm joking. I think Dante is fine too. He fine too.
He ain't my type.
That dick is vicious, girl.
He's bearded and bald, but
yes, he's a hottie. Like, let me tell you, like all these dudes, like when I first watched it, I didn't with the first lineup,
Yeah.
I wasn't impressed.
No.
That just goes to show what kind of person I am. It's like once I got to know them, then they became attractive to me.
I still have Dante. It still has to grow on me because I just, I don't know.
I like Dante. And you know what? Just because you got 3 baby mamas, I still want you to be married. I still want you to find love. Just because you got that going on,
Yeah.
I want you to find love and get married and have 3 more.
Everybody needs. I think everybody can find love, but you just got to be honest about what you can handle and what you can't. And I know for me, that was not something I could handle. I'm not in. I don't. I'm not into little children. Like I said, because I just feel like there's still a connection to the mom. And if there's not, then there's something wrong. If you have a 2-year-old and you don't have any feelings for the woman that you have that 2-year-old with, something may be wrong with you because
yes,
that's a weird thing. So I'm not. I remember I had went out on a date with this guy and he had 3 kids all under 6, and I was like, oh,
thank you for my salad.
Yeah, my kids were teenagers at that time, and I remember he called me and he was like, it's the 4th of July, do you mind if we come over? I said, who? And he was like, well, I have my kids. I said, my house is not kid proof. Like I'm not into that. No.
I am not about to kid proof. I am not about to change a diaper.
Yeah.
I'm not doing any hair. I'm not doing any of those things. Huh?
Yeah, because they always want you to do their daughter's hair. I'm like, I don't want to get close to your daughter because I don't want her mama coming over here. Just take your daughter and go.
You touch my baby head. No,
yeah, no,
we don't need
that. No.
We're not a part of that.
But there are a lot of women that are into being stepmoms to young children, and they should do that. I just didn't want to do it, and I didn't.
I think also have we got to Sabrina and them yet? We did talk about them, didn't we?
We can go back and talk about Sabrina because Sabrina is interesting to me.
I like Sabrina. She's one of my favorites on the show.
Yeah,
she's one of my favorites because we're around the same age, and I'm single and I have a kid, and I don't want to have any more kids. And this is what I got. I like her and the other lady. That's from the Bronx or from New York.
Aisha.
I like Aisha too.
Yeah,
she's 38 and she's like, look, get it together, hon. Get it.
Show for Aisha though,
huh?
I don't think there's anybody on the show for Aisha.
It was
who?
Wait a minute. Who did she? Oh, Phil, perhaps.
Phil wasn't gonna make it with Aisha. Phil,
you don't think he gonna make it?
Not with Aisha. Not with Aisha. I think Phil. You know what? I don't really see him having I don't really see a true connection. I think he's just used to being the cute guy that everybody likes. I think that Sabrina and Walter are gonna be together.
I disagree. I don't think Walter should be with her. Because she's not. Is she gonna have some more kids? Because Walter has no children.
He doesn't. That's true.
And my thing is, one thing I know about men: if they want kids, they're gonna have them kids.
That's true.
And unless Sabrina with her fabulous ass is gonna have kids,
no,
she gonna mess up that figure.
She's not gonna do that.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
I forgot about that part. That's interesting. I just don't see Walter and Mumi having real chemistry, though.
I don't either. But I feel like Sabrina. I feel like her and Walter do look good together. I do.
And they have real chemistry.
They do. But it's the baby part.
Yeah, not for marriage, not for long term. We know on the show most people don't end up together anyway. The people that leave together don't end up together, but
Black folks.
Yeah.
Woo, girl. We don't look like we've been through. Okay.
We trying. Everybody's trying to find love in a different way.
I need Yana to come unpack some of these dudes.
Yana, she definitely, but it's the same problem in different ways, right? It's the same, and whenever I interviewed Tommy, he said that it's baggage. And at a certain point after 35, really, really strongly after 40, everybody has baggage. And you have to find somebody that can deal with your baggage.
That is true.
We're all scorned, and the men don't want to let somebody hurt them. The women been hurt and don't want to get hurt again. So everybody's coming to the table trying to hide their heart. And that's not really conducive to finding real love, No,
it isn't. I mean, getting married after 40 is wonderful. if you could find it.
Yeah. Well, I
You know,
think
some people are just content with having cabana boys in Jamaica, and then there are some people that want to be married.
right. And I think everybody should do what's good for them at the time.
That is correct.
Because
You
sometimes
know, would you say?
sometimes what you want can change. Like I was single for 11 years. Like I had like a guys I would date, but nobody. I can tell you the truth. I never let anybody get in my heart for 11 years after being divorced. Was with my ex-husband for 13.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would go out with people and I'll be looking at them like, I had a guy tell me, well, Christal, you're going to need closure. And I was like, nigga, what?
Closure.
I don't need closure
The
from
door
you.
wasn't even open.
The door was never, I have never given my heart to anybody besides the person I'm married to now. And it was very much, I just wasn't ready. And I wasn't ready. Fatima says Mario and Reva are still together. They are together, but Mario and Reva didn't end the show together. Mario went with another woman. So I'm happy that they're together, but they definitely, this show, first of all, you're going on what looks good at first.
Yes.
Then you have to unpack.
But that's reality.
Reality
is that you look at somebody, you be like, he fine or she fine, she got a big ass. And then you go towards that. But then you have a discussion with them and you're like, oh, yeah, that's not what I thought. But the difference between the show and this, well, I don't know, maybe that folks aren't having sex.
Yeah, they're having sex. I think they're having sex.
They fucking? Oh, okay.
They are definitely. So we always do an hour here, and we're almost at the end. We're not quite yet. Because after this, you guys, if you're watching now, please, I know we're going late on a Friday, but at 10 o'clock, I have the best interview with Carlos King, the executive producer of Love and Marriage Huntsville, ever. Like that show, I had to get.
I like that show.
We had to talk about it because it's just that reunion is about to be off the chain. So please make sure you guys tune in for that. I actually pre-recorded that, but it's coming up right after this. So I want to make sure that y'all tune in because man, we talked about the Martell and Melody and all that drama, all the drama on Love and Marriage Huntsville. So make sure you're tuned in for that. But I want to ask you, Opulence, like obviously we're classmates, and we've been both, gone through love and being with somebody for a long period of time and then being single and dating and all that. What is the biggest lesson that you have learned, at this point in life? Because I know, we were in high school.
Girl, let's not.
How I approached guys at that point was very different.
Yes.
And it was very easy. And you never think that it's going to change. And it's like, I don't think I was prepared. I would just like somebody he's cute and he looks like he's going to be successful. You don't understand really what it takes to be a wife, even be a girlfriend at that age. You just want to be cute and want somebody that looks good and is going to be successful. So what are maybe some lessons that you've learned that you can share with other women watching about love and relationships?
That I know nothing about relationships. You don't know shit. That's what I want to say. You don't know a motherfucking thing, bitch. What you do need to know though, like I don't know shit because I'm not married and I have a situation.
Okay.
So I'm not married and I've been divorced just as long as you've been divorced. Well, before you got married. Yeah. So I've been divorced probably 10 years.
Yep.
So what I will say though is I hate to go back to what the girl said. She said, you have two different people in your life. One that you want versus the one you need. You choose what you need.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, what you want is cute, it's pretty, but after a while, it ain't what you need.
Yeah.
So be with a man that is what you need. Be with a woman is what you need. If she needs to do some sit-ups, just do sit-ups with her.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and the other thing I will say is open your mind and your heart to other races. Because guess what? Black folks, There's a lot of brown people on this planet. And I
Yeah.
feel like black women, especially, I'm gonna get on my African rant, but I'm not. Look,
No,
Portia's making it happen. If Portia's making it happen, anybody
now
can make
you
it
know
happen.
what? We've been speaking of that. Yeah, you guys, please, thank you so much, Mary, for reminding everybody. Please hit the like on this button. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, please subscribe. I appreciate you guys. I love the comments and talking to you guys, but we gotta come back and talk about Portia's family matters because I don't have the energy to talk about that right now. But
Let me tell you something. She needs to write, her and Lisa Bonet need to write handbooks on how to catch men. Because guess what? They know what those ladies know what they're doing.
well,
Lisa
Lisa
Bonet, if
Bonet
she
has,
don't do a workshop or a seminar on how
yes.
you have two fine ass dudes, please. And
Well,
they
Lisa
get
Bonet
along.
has struck gold because he
They get
loves.
along. They all got the same tattoo. Like
They
that
love
shit is
each other. He loves the heck out of her, and that
yes.
praise God for him. And
And
good
Lenny fine, he fine, like girl, struggle, and they get along. Like that is a grown-up relationship. They are grown, they are adults. And to me, that's more important. But
that
people
is
just date all the men. Date all the men.
date,
Date them
date
all.
all that. One of
Date
my clients would say that. She would say, "Don't just date whoever," because I mean, attractive is attractive. It doesn't matter. But I am gonna say, like I said, we're gonna come. We're gonna set up something to talk about Portia at another time. But I don't know
You
that
don't have the bandwidth.
I don't have the bandwidth for Portia right now. And I say wholesaling Tony says she's not married, so why should we listen to her? I will say this: I was married for 11 years. I know
That's
more,
fine. I told you I didn't know shit.
but no. I knew more about marriage after I was divorced. That's the crazy thing.
Ain't that it?
I learned. I
You
was
find
like,
out so much more.
yeah,
You find
yeah,
out what it is you find out more about yourself.
that's it. That's it.
And guess what? Everybody's listening. Everybody. I didn't say I was a guru on listening about relationships. What I said was I didn't know shit.
Yeah.
What I said is marry the person you need, not
She said
the one you want.
She said what she said.
I
Tony.
said what the fuck I said. Okay. I
Well,
didn't say I know.
She
Shit.
said, and that's right. But I'm telling you, I knew more about. I learned so much more
Yes.
after when I was able to reflect, look back,
Me
and
too.
realize where I made mistakes, all that good stuff. But we're gonna get out of here because it is 2 minutes, and Carlos King is coming up.
Yes,
Y'all,
I'm excited. I'm gonna watch that.
please watch that interview, and then please let's watch this reunion and come back and talk about this because these people on Love and Marriage Huntsville are absolutely crazy. I love them. I love them, but they are
since season 1. Like I watched season 1 too, and I'm like, y'all are tripping.
Melody and Martell have got. Martell is, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. But we'll come back and talk about that. Y'all, thank you so much for watching.
Thank you for having me, Christal.
Of course, no, definitely. I have to have you come back. I appreciate you giving us that DC intel. And you guys, like I said, if you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit a like on this and leave comments because we are definitely I definitely come back and look at this and leave comments. You guys have a great weekend. Watch the interview, and I'll see you guys next week.